this edition of Classic Movie Buffet Theater. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the content that I'm getting put out. I meant to have this video out yesterday, but life happened and it throwed me off. So here we are tonight. Now, welcome to tonight's show. Tonight we're going to talk about a movie that came out in 1985. And it's a classic action film from 1985. And it was directed by Mark L. Lester. And he directed such action films as Showdown in Little Tokyo. And that was with Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee. Excellent action film. He also directed Stephen King's Firestarter with the great and very talented Drew Barrymore. And he also directed the sci-fi action film Class of 1999. Now, if you've never seen that Class of 1999, it's definitely worth a watch. It's kind of a B movie, but it's a great action film. Great action film. So today we're going to talk about the film Commando. Like I said, it came out in 1985, and it stars the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he has starred he plays the character of Matrix, and he has also starred in such films as Predator, The Running Man, and of course, The Terminator by James Cameron. All three great action films. Great action films. This film also stars the great Rae Dawn Chong, who plays the character of Cindy, and she also played in such films as The Principal, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. Great horror film. Great horror film. And she also played in the film Hideaway with Jeff Goldblum and Alicia Silverstone. Also a very good thriller film. And the film stars the great Alyssa Milano, who plays the character of Jenny. And she played in such films as Fear. And I think that was the one with Reese Witherspoon and, his name, he's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of his name. Mark something or other. I can't think of his name. Excuse me. Don't hate me, but I can't think of his name. And she also played in a film called Poison Ivy 2. And one called Embrace of the Vampire. Embrace of the Vampire left a whole lot to be desired. Poison Ivy 2 was, it was alright. Fear was incredible. Fear was great. It had William Peterson was in that film too. That film was great. So the plot for this film is a retired Special Forces colonel tries to save his daughter, who was abducted by a former subordinate. All right, so let's check out the trailer for Commando. Here we go.
They hunted him down.
You know, Colonel, we went to a lot of trouble to find you.
They murdered his friends. And they took the only thing he would kill for.
If you want your kid back, then you gotta cooperate, right?
Wrong.
Now, somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay.
Do you think that he is going to give us any problems?
You'll do exactly as he's told.
Hasta luego, fellas.
You're a funny guy, Sully. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on or what?
No. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. What are you doing?
Helping you get her back.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
It's a mission no man can survive. He's the man for the job. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando.
Let's party.
All right, that was the trailer for Commando from 1985. The budget for this film was $10 million, and the worldwide gross for the film was $57,491,000. That is a 47 million, right around estimate, pickup after this film came out. Incredible, incredible. Uh, just a great action film all around. This movie gave Arnold the perfect opportunity to play action hero with more levity than usual. Screenwriter Steven D'Souza injects lots of wit and memorable one-liners, while Mark Lester serves up assorted action scenes with great relish. Commando doesn't pretend to be something it's not. The Rambo character for the First Blood films with Sylvester Stallone was more into politics and took itself more seriously than Commando. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be all political and all that stuff. It can be just pure action, one liner fun. Um, that's the difference in between, Commando and Rambo. Rambo knew what it wanted to be. They knew when they went in to make those films what they wanted it to be about, what kind of story they wanted to tell. And that's fine. That you have to have some kind of background. Um, I love the Rambo films. I love all of them. And I love Commando. Commando was so full of action scenes and just great, just great laughable one-liners. It was one-liner field for an '80s action film, just like they all were. But this one was incredible. All right, so now getting into some trivia. According to Alyssa Milano, who played the character of Jenny, Arnold was very protective of her on set, even helping her with her homework. Even when, I know a lot of you probably already know this, but even when you're a child actor and you're still on set filming a TV series, a movie, whatever, you still have to do schoolwork. So according to this, Arnold helped her out with that, which is great. Fantastic. Um, Sherman Oaks Galleria is the same shopping mall used in Terminator 2 Judgment Day in 1991. Uh, since both films wrapped, the mall has been remodeled. So going in, if you watch Commando and then go back and watch Terminator 2, the mall scenes in both films were filmed in the same mall. It's been remodeled since then. I mean, what kind of a boost for business was that? For people to know that movies have been filmed in your mall, in that mall. Uh, that's incredible. That's incredible. Um, Arnold and Radon Chong shot a love scene, but it was deemed unconvincing and was dropped from the movie. Um, the story, the movie itself, when they put Radon Chong and Arnold together, if they would have left that love scene in the film, I honestly think that it would have felt forced. It wouldn't have looked good, and it didn't look good because they didn't leave it in the film. It would have felt, it wouldn't have felt like an actual scene. It would have felt like it was they were being forced to film it, which you don't want that. Um, it would not have fit the film. It would not have fit the story in any ways. Um, and it just wouldn't have worked. And I'm glad they realized that. Um, let's see. The mansion used in the final shootout is the former Harold Lloyd estate in Beverly Hills. The same mansion used it is the same mansion used for the final shootout in Beverly Hills Cop from 1984. So here you have the mall that's already been in two films, Terminator 2 and Commando. Now the mansion scene at the end of the film was also in Beverly Hills Cop 2. That's great. That's crazy. Okay, now we're going to get into talking about Mr. Vernon Wells, who played the bad guy. Uh, Vernon Wells wasn't the original actor cast to play Bennett. He lost the role to Wings Hauser. On the first day of filming, however, the director fired Wings Hauser and hired Wells. So Wings Hauser would have been an incredible villain in this film. Wings Hauser had a lot of great films back in the day, a lot of great films, and he would have fit this role perfectly. Um, but for whatever reason, he was fired first day. So then they had to replace him as quickly as possible because they'd already started filming. So they brought Orson Welles back to play, uh, or Vernon Wells. They brought Vernon Wells back to play Bennett. Production didn't have time to make new outfits for Wells. That's why Bennett's clothes were so tight on Wells in the film, because he was bigger than Wings Hauser. His outfits in that film, I mean, they looked horrible on him. They looked absolutely horrible on him, and that's the reason why, because they weren't made for him. But if you didn't know that, the wardrobe just completely failed with Vernon Wells. It just completely failed. um, Arnold performed many of his own stunts and was transported to the hospital 3 times during filming. Now that was always a thing with Arnold. I heard a lot of people say, or read a lot of stuff, he always wanted to do some of the stunts himself in each one of his films, which is commendable. I mean, look at Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan does all his own stunts and has been to the hospital multiple times, probably broken every bone in his body at least 3 times. So that's commendable. That's commendable. That shows that you're putting forth your passion and your undivided 100% effort into making a film that you actually want to be in, that you actually want to do well. Um, so 3 times during filming, I I kind of want to find out what all it was, but I'll have to check it out. I'll have to look that up. Let's see what else we got here. Winona Ryder, Shannon Doherty, Elizabeth Shue, Drew Barrymore, Jennifer Connelly, and Patricia Arquette all auditioned for the role of Jenny. Um, that's quite a stellar cast right there of actresses that are wanting to fight for this role. Any one of them could have pulled it off. Any one of them. Um, I'm glad they stuck with Alyssa Milano. I was always a fan of Alyssa Milano, even from Who's the Boss when she was on that sitcom. I was a fan of hers. Um, I'm not a big fan. Wasn't a big fan of Charmed. Sorry, I was not. But everything else she did was relatively good. Um, but any one of those girls could have fit that role. Any one of them. But I'm glad they stuck with Alyssa for that role. Nick Nolte was the original choice to play John Matrix. That, um, in my opinion, Nick Nolte could have played John Matrix, but they would have had to have changed a lot of the action scenes and that kind of thing to fit his stature, his build, his acting. I don't think there would have been quite as many action scenes, and so uh, so many. There would have still been action scenes in the film. They would have had them do it differently. I don't see Nick Nolte ripping a telephone booth out of the wall and flipping it over. I don't see that happening. Not by his bare hands anyway. He's just not built like that. So there would have been some things they would have had to change throughout the film in order to suit Nick Nolte better. But for one, I love Nick Nolte. Don't get me wrong. I love Nick Nolte. He was incredible with Eddie Murphy in 48 Hours and all those. And some of his other films are phenomenal. I don't think he could have played John Matrix the way Schwarzenegger could. I don't think so. Um, Raul Julia, who Lester initially wanted for the role of Arius. Wow, Raul Julia. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Rest in peace. Gomez Adams. He played Gomez in the Addams Family films. Raul Julia was an incredible actor. Uh, Phenomenal in whatever role he was in. Didn't matter if it was a comedy film, a drama film, action film. He could do all of it. Every bit of it. Um, just a phenomenal actor. Um, but it says Raul Julia was who Lester initially wanted for the role of Arius, but producer Joel Silver insisted on casting Dan Hedaya. Dan Hedaya was a decent actor. Uh, in my opinion, I don't think he was better than Raul Julia, but he was a decent actor. Um, for the most part, you didn't see Dan Hedaya a lot in this film. Just little scenes here and there. Some with Schwarzenegger, some with mostly with Bennett, more with Bennett than anything else. Um, but I would have loved to have seen Raul Julia play that role. Love to have seen him play that role. Radon Chong is the daughter of the great Tommy Chong. See, now I never knew that. A lot of you people are out. A lot of people out there are probably saying, "Oh well, I knew that." I didn't know that. I did not know that. Um, that's pretty cool though to be kin to the great Tommy Chong, and you had to spend time with Cheech because Cheech Marin was always around Tommy, so she knows both of them. Hell, she probably considers uh, Cheech probably an uncle. You know, as much time as him and Tommy spent together over the years and still together. This film was an incredible action film. Schwarzenegger, Schwarzenegger back in that time period, back in the 80s, could do no wrong. Um, every action film was made that he starred in was made for him to be in my opinion. The stuff they made him do in those films, nobody else could do unless they had the same type of build as Schwarzenegger. They had to be buff in order to do some of that stuff. Um, and to do your own action scenes. I mean, my gosh, how much faith do you have to have in yourself to be able to do your own action scenes? Yeah, sure, you're going to get hurt sometime or other, but it like I said, it just shows how much you're willing to put forth into what you do, and how much you love what you do. Uh, this was a great action film. Um, it's a cliche. It's a cliched type storyline. A lot of the 80s movies had the same kind of storyline to them. But this one fit Schwarzenegger to a T. It allowed him to be not only an action star, but have some real funny ass one liners in this film. It's an incredible film. If you've never seen this film, do go back and check it out. It is a classic. It is a classic. Um, don't give it a whole lot of thought, going into it. It's better to just, dive into the unreality of the film. Um, excuse me. Don't take it too seriously. It's a great film. It's an enjoyable watch. I still watch it from time to time. Can find anything on TV, which nowadays there's a lot of times that you can't find anything on freaking TV. So, I just go to my movie collection and just dig out movies. Want an action movie? Commando. Want, another action movie besides Commando? Under Siege with Steven Seagal. Great film. Great film. Rambo. Watch Rambo a lot. I like all the old 80s and early to mid 90s action films. So, I'll just go back and dig one of those out and watch it and have a good, and just let it play, have a good old time watching these classic films. So, like I said, if you've never seen this film, definitely go back and check it out. You'll enjoy it. I love Schwarzenegger as an action star. Uh, as a comedian, he's pretty funny too. I mean, he does good. I mean, look at Jingle All the Way. That's a great comedy. It's a great holiday comedy. Sinbad carried that movie, in my opinion, though. That's just my opinion, but it's a great film. It's a great film. Um, so we're going to end the video here with that. And like I said, I meant to have this video out yesterday. Life happened, pushed me back a little bit, so I had to wait until today to do it. Tomorrow will be Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. I'm definitely getting that out tomorrow. Um, I will probably have it out early, uh, at least by tomorrow afternoon, because I plan on trying to record it either tonight or record it in the morning and then post it tomorrow. I wanted to have this one done yesterday, but like I said, life happened. I didn't get a chance to do it. I was going to record it last night, so I could have had it posted out earlier today. That didn't happen either, but I'm going to get it out there whether it wants to be posted or not. It's coming out. So, with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow for Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. And please, if you haven't already and you're watching this and you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. We're up to 115 subscribers, which is fantastic. Leave a comment down in the comment section below what you like, what you don't like. Did you like Commando? How do you feel about Commando? Is it one of your favorite action films? Just shoot something down in the comment section below. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Mikey's Saturday Night. Goodbye.